Hi, traders. Good evening. My name is Chris, and welcome to fsmethod.com. This week, I started a new 100K challenge account, funding account with the Fivers. And within 3 days this week, I managed to hit the plus 6% target. I'm going to take a look at the analysis behind the trades and also what did I see in the FSM software that made me take those trades. Okay, so first of all, of course, be aware that this is for educational purposes only, and all trading involves risk. Take a look at our risk disclaimer on fsmethod.com. All right. So basically, the bigger picture using our FS method software was indicating an uptrend followed by a correction. Okay, looking at those orange arrows, you see a lot of price swings going up and down, corrective territory. But above all, important was the break below the 143 EMA with the 21 EMA slope to the downside. Here we see a shift into a larger correction and then a break and pullback. So price was bumping into a strong resistance zone on the daily chart. Looking at the 4 hour chart, we see basically price below the ET zone 7. That's our ET zone indicator, indicating the market phase and the space of the chart, followed by a pullback that respected ET zone level 5, and then a follow through to the downside below the green support line there. Okay, you see the rest of the week falling here nicely to the downside all the way to ET zone 8, and now even beyond that. Okay, it's actually keep falling lower since I made this. Basically, you see here on the hourly chart, 5 elements aligned. When prices are going sideways, you see downtrend alignment, a time pattern, a concentration of resistance fractals, a break below support, and then 5, the expansion lower. Okay, so from um, from our entry point of view, we use the framework within the software for this breakout right here, and then a continuation right here on the hourly chart. Okay, we had the same kind of setup on Bitcoin BTC USD. I took a small trade on that one too. Okay, right here. But most of the trading I did on NASDAQ 100. And you can see on the 50-minute chart that the beginning of the week, Monday, Tuesday, was choppy. That's exactly what we saw on the hourly chart too, right? The price going sideways. And if you're not careful, you could get pretty choppy breakouts that could easily be losses if you're not careful. And using the software and framework, I had a couple of trades there, 4 probably plus minus with 2 smaller mid-sized losses, 2 smaller wins probably or break even. But as soon as price then made that bearish breakout and started to structurally move below the ET zone levels 3, 4, 5, you can see that there was more space between the moving averages. Price breaks below those key ET zone indicator levels and then starts to more or less move step by step to larger levels, often with more momentum. And you can see the price falling to those levels, ET6, 7, and 8, and even to 9, as it managed to escape from that gravity zone of 143 MA. You can see the price was stuck between the long-term moving averages right here, and then managed to pull away as soon as we got a break below ET levels 3 and 5. Okay, same thing on the 5-minute chart. We can see basically a break, a pullback, a continuation yesterday with different approaches available. And then the same thing today as we had a night session followed by a swift move lower. And as I said, even below this low later on today, okay? After I recorded this video still or prepared this video. All right, so swift move lower. So you can see that if we go back quickly to the hourly chart, choppiness here within that uptrend, within the downtrend, excuse me. But then as price broke, there was framework was indicating that there were breakouts and pullbacks and continuations on 5, 50-minute chart, 1-hour chart. Let's take a look at that 50-minute chart here. You can see there was a downtrend last week, of course, strong pullback at the beginning of this week, leading to basically a false kind of upside, and then eventually the downside continuation. Okay, I took the trade here, as you can see on CTrader, with this challenge account on the Fivers, and you can see this I took on Wednesday, this was Thursday, and this was on Friday. Okay, today basically. Reached that 6K level, and here you can see those stats in better detail. 6%, and of course these are higher stats than my usual trading offer, because it was a very strong downtrend. So don't take this as a usual or as a standard at all, of course. But this week, because of that strong downtrend, and because I was patient enough to ride those waves, and I was patient enough to use the ET indicator zones that were indicating that price could move greater distances, because as price moves away from the long-term moving average, you get those expansions. So I was patient enough to wait for those. I was able to get these kind of stats, but they're not a standard. Here you can see my evaluation account passed from the Fivers. So next week, I'll send an update about the trades I take with the 150K account. Yeah, that's it. Key takeaways: well, basically patience at the start, of course, and also with writing those trades, using higher time frame analysis first, then diving into lower time frames and looking for confirmation with my ET zone indicator and impulses and support or resistance. So context first, second, looking for indicator and patterns, and then using the software for potentially trading. All right, that's my 1, 2, 3. I'm happy with the results, of course, this week. Let's see next week how it goes. I'll keep you up to date. And if you're curious about me or my website, check out fsmethod.com. We just started the YouTube channel and the website this week. I've been back basically here on YouTube after a 5-year break. I was fully focused on trading for 5 years. But 5 to 10 years ago, you would see a lot of videos and webinars from me on XM, on animal markets, on elite currency. Then I took this 5-year break when I was fully focused on trading. And now I like to be back. I have more time now to share my trading, to share my experience, and to build a community around this FS Method software. All right. So see you soon next week. Cheers. Bye-bye.